The reason I left Christianity isn't one that Christians are allowed to consider. Look, I fought hard for over 10 years to keep believing. I wanted to stay a Christian. I wanted to maintain that relationship I believed that I had with the Christian God. I studied, I read The Apologist, I did 10 years of postgraduate work. I went through all the hard passages. And when I hit a question that I didn't have a clean answer for, I told myself that faith meant holding on anyway. I wanted it to be true. And for a long time, that wanting, it was enough. But here's where Christians almost always get it wrong when they try to explain why someone like me leaves Christianity. They'll say stuff like, I wanted to sin, so I turned away from God, that I was hurt by the church, so I left, that I had a weak foundation, or that I drifted away spiritually over time, or got pulled away by culture or social media, or just the wrong voices in my life. And sometimes they'll say what everyone else is really thinking. I actually see this a lot in the comments, that I was never really a Christian to begin with. That's very popular. And to be fair, a lot of that stuff happens. People do leave for emotional reasons, and I'm not dismissing any of those. But there's one explanation that almost never makes the list, and that's that someone could take their faith seriously, study the actual claims, and simply over time conclude that the evidence is no longer convincing.
First, I would like to commend this guy. He fought for his faith. Most people, when they're done with Christianity, done with Jesus, they take the Bible and throw it out like it's a pair of shoes or some type of clothing. If it didn't fit, they're done with it. At least this guy tried and fought for his faith. But he does not tell explicitly how he fought for the evidence. He does not talk about what evidence he has researched. If you're a Christian and you're struggling with similar what this guy struggled with and looking for evidence, these are a few books that I recommend that really show great and powerful evidence that Jesus is real and Christianity is true. The first is The Case for Christ by Lee Strobel. He used to be a former atheist, and his wife was turning towards Christianity. He tried to disprove Christianity to save his wife. He felt that if he could disprove it, he would save his wife. But however, when he looked at the evidence, he interviewed psychologists, medical doctors, many people that showed that science does indeed prove that Jesus was crucified and the resurrection did happen. He became a believer. Another one is Cold Case Christianity by J. Warner Wallace. He felt that the best cold case would be the death and resurrection of Jesus. He too was an atheist, and he found that the evidence pointed to, yes, Jesus is real, the crucifixion did happen, and the resurrection did happen. The other one is Stealing from God by Frank Turek, a great apologist, and he tells about how many atheists, they have to use the Bible in order to try to disprove the Bible. Even scientists usually try to use science or the Bible to disprove it. But as he says, science is a tool, and scientists use this tool in any way that they see fit that matches their narrative, not the Bible. These are all great books, and I have read every single one of them. And honestly, if you're looking for great evidence, either scientific evidence, medical evidence, psychological evidence, these books will definitely point you in the right direction.